The episode opens with a grim tone as Oniwakamaru, a massive and feared man, awaits execution. A one-armed criminal named Ryujiro Sasaki convinces the authorities to release him, claiming Oniwakamaru is a weapon fueled by hatred. Ryujiro sees himself in Oniwakamaru, both labeled monsters, both rejected by society, and promises revenge against those who tormented him. Meanwhile, Mugen, Jin, and Fu continue their journey in search of the samurai who smells of sunflowers. Low on money, the trio argue over food, steal buns from each other, and get into trouble with locals who spread rumors about an ogre attacking people in the mountains. A nervous, self-proclaimed samurai overhears the rumors and urges them to avoid the mountain pass at night. He offers them shelter near the hot springs, pretending to be helpful. That same night the truth comes out, the man is actually Ryujiro Sasaki, a criminal assassin who poisons Mugen using deadly one-night mushrooms. At the same time, Oniwakamaru is unleashed. Wearing a mask to hide his face, he slaughters law enforcement officers sent to arrest Ryujiro. Beneath his monstrous strength is a broken man who believes he is unlovable because of his appearance. Society's cruelty pushed him into becoming the very monster they feared. Ryujiro reveals his sadistic nature. He enjoys suffering and chaos, having long since abandoned his humanity. He plans to let Mugen die slowly unless he can reclaim the antidote. A brutal three-way confrontation erupts. Mugen, weakened by poison, fights through sheer willpower. Jin faces Ryujiro's assassin ally, a calm but deadly swordswoman who views killing as nothing more than business. In a tragic turning point, Oniwakamaru sacrifices himself to save Mugen, killing Ryujiro in the process. For the first time, Oniwakamaru is treated not as a monster but as a human being, someone worthy of compassion. With Ryujiro dead, the assassin withdraws, stating that without payment, there is no reason to continue the fight. The episode ends on a somber, reflective note. Oniwakamaru dies knowing he was not alone while fireflies glow in the night, a symbol of fleeting life, connection, and misunderstood souls. Hellhounds for Hire Part 1, Tacit Understanding *. The episode opens with Mugen and Jin already at each other's throats, sparring like wild animals at dawn. Fu, exhausted, dirty, and starving, shuts them down immediately. She reminds them of the one rule holding their group together: no killing each other until they find the samurai who smells of sunflowers. Fed up, Mugen and Jin suddenly declare that Fu will be just fine on her own and abandon her without warning. Left alone and furious, Fu storms off to continue the journey by herself. Mugen meets the Nagatomi gang. Elsewhere, Mugen wanders into a gambling den controlled by the Nagatomi gang, an aggressive Yakuza group. Completely unimpressed by their reputation, Mugen picks a fight with them over food and money. Instead of killing him, the gang's boss becomes intrigued. He recognizes Mugen's strength and invites him along, boasting that in the new era of Japan, status means nothing, only power matters. Mugen immediately sees through the boss's grand talk and refuses to get involved, uninterested in power, money, or control. A town being bled dry. The focus shifts to the town itself, ruled for years by the peaceful Kawara gang led by Haitaro, known as Haitaro the Buddha. Unlike the Nagatomi gang, Haitaro values order and avoids bloodshed. However, the Nagatomi gang has been cheating townspeople through rigged gambling, stealing their money, property, and even threatening their families. With no proof of cheating, Haitaro refuses to retaliate, believing violence will only worsen things. This frustrates his son Saosuke, who believes his father's passive approach is dooming the town. Jin steps in. Jin arrives in town and learns about the situation. Needing money, he offers his services as a bodyguard. His skill is immediately evident when he effortlessly defeats Nagatomi thugs and retrieves an IOU they stole from a local family. This bold move escalates the conflict. Fu's bad luck continues. Meanwhile, Fu's solo journey goes terribly wrong. Broke and hungry, she accidentally breaks an expensive vase and is told she must pay 100 ryo, an impossible amount. The Nagatomi gang offers her a job to work off the debt. That job turns out to be forced labor at a brothel. Fu is dragged away screaming as the gang tightens its grip on the town. Lines are drawn. Saosuke demands action, furious that his father continues to hold back while innocent people suffer. Haitaro, firm in his beliefs, refuses to start a gang war and dismisses Jin as a bodyguard. Saosuke storms out, determined to fight the Nagatomi gang on his own. The trap is set. At the brothel, the Nagatomi boss calmly explains his strategy. Instead of open warfare, he plans to break the Kawara gang piece by piece, using fear, leverage, and legality to take control without drawing government attention. Confident that Jin will come for Fu, he prepares for the inevitable confrontation. Reunion at the worst possible time. Mugen and Jin, each following their own paths, independently arrive at the brothel, both disguised. Their cover doesn't last long. Fu recognizes them instantly. And despite every attempt to separate, fate brings the trio back together right in the heart of enemy territory, surrounded by Yakuza. The episode ends with tension hanging thick in the air, setting the stage for violence that can no longer be avoided.